Welcome to Rhinos. How do you feel to be joining the club?
Thank you. I'm ecstatic, actually. I'm really, really excited. As soon as the opportunity came up, I was fortunate enough to play with Liana Leota for a couple of years at Seven Stars, and I just think she's a wonderful person. We obviously know how magic she was on the court as a player, and I've no doubt that she'll be a fantastic coach and leader as well. So, yeah, I couldn't turn down an opportunity to work with her and be a part of a really exciting squad that she's assembled as well.
It is an exciting time to come, and is it Liana starting her coaching career? And obviously, as you mentioned, you've played with her. What do you think she will be like as a coach? And have you had much chance to speak to her about what she wants her style of team to be like?
Yeah, so I think when we were at Seven Stars, very often she would lead some drills and she would lead some activities. And when she speaks, you listen. She holds the room really well. She's got obviously amazing knowledge of the game, but also what she instills culture-wise in her athletes, which is hard work, working for each other, family-first approach. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being a part of that. Obviously, she's had some experience now with the England Roses. We know of her background with the Silver Ferns, and as one in leagues wherever she's played across the world. So she'll bring that winning mentality, but with a soft, caring family side as well, which I think is a recipe for success.
Where the Rhinos are obviously the newest club in the competition, but what's been your impression of the club from the outside in that short space of time that we've been around?
Well, it's making me feel old, but I remember when there used to be a Leeds Carnegie and a Yorkshire Jets in the league, and it's such a passionate area for netball and sport. So I think it's fantastic that they've got another representative in the Super League. I think they burst onto the scene a couple of years ago when they came. And, what I'm hearing and what I've heard for the past couple of years is that Leeds Rhinos is full of good people. And I think that should be, first and foremost, I want to be somewhere where there's good people involved, and that's on the court, but also behind the scenes as well. So I'm from North Wales, so it's not too far from the north of England as well. And everybody's very down to earth, great sense of humour, and is keen on hard work as well, which are three things that I pride myself on as well. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. They've been obviously challenging for top four for the past couple of years, and I've not moved up here to be cruising around the bottom of the league. I really hope and wish and do see us, in with a chance of top four contention. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing what we can put out. We do need to be patient. We're under a new coach, and there's quite a few new faces this year. So, success does take time. If you look at any of the teams across the league, Manchester Thunder have just retained it, but it took them a while to do it as well. New coach brings new ways of working that everybody has to get on board with quickly. And once you're into the season, the games come thick and fast. So I think it's fantastic that Liana and her team are on a 3-year deal, because Rome wasn't built in a day. But I think she's brought in some really, really exciting youth, but also some older heads as well that hopefully can hit the ground running. But, we don't just want to be successful for 1 year. We want to build a long-term project here. And I think, considering it's quite a new club, I think the fan base in Leeds, because from what I'm hearing, the atmosphere when they're playing at home is electric. And that's something I'm really looking forward to playing in front of too.
It's not been a time to rest for you, has it, since the end of the season? You've been away at the Commonwealth Games. What was that experience like?
No, it's I do have a croaky voice anyway, but it's particularly bad today. It was amazing. I was fortunate enough that it was my third Commonwealth Games. I feel like I'm still learning so much. I feel like I've still got a lot to learn, and that's why I'm moving up here. I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone of netball in Wales, which is new territory for me. I did go across to Seven Stars for a couple of years, but this really is a new start for me personally and professionally as well. But just enjoyed the experience of Birmingham. It's probably the closest we'll get as Welsh players to a home Commonwealth Games. The atmosphere in the NEC was absolutely tremendous, probably the best I've played in. And you just learn so much from playing against the best in the world, but also playing against different styles, watching other teams play, watching how they counteract, some of the world superstars, watching how teams work together to get turnover. I'm a bit of a netball geek, and I loved every part of it. I'm a bit indecisive. So I was, growing up, I did, like a lot of people do, all sorts of sports. I don't know how my mum and dad drove me around everywhere, every night of the week. But yeah, loads of cross country, hockey, athletics, tennis, taekwondo, even a bit of ballet. You'd never guess the ballet bit from watching me play netball now. But football and netball were the main ones. I was going through the youth ranks of Wales under 17s, 19s and 21s with managing to do them both. But I think, both sports then started to hit a level of professionalism for the better, but also one that we didn't really forecast. So then it started to become more difficult to attend all of the trainings and make all of the camps and play all of the games. And it becomes a bit tough on your body as well when you're training once, sometimes twice a day, all week, playing multiple fixtures. So I was trying to balance both for a while, but the older I got, the more I needed to sort of, pick one and really try and go for broke on that. So, yeah, I think I assembled 30 senior Wales caps, played professionally for a couple of years in the FA Women's Super League for Cardiff City Women, Reading FC and Yeovil Town as well. Absolutely loved it. And then I actually broke my ankle and I was rehabbing, and then trials for the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games came out with Wales Netball. And I'd taken a little step back away from netball at that time, obviously to concentrate on my football contract. And I just knew from my experience in Glasgow 2014 that I just loved the Commonwealth Games. It's the closest we'll get as netballers to an Olympics, if you like. So I was just really tempted by those trials and got back in touch with the Wales national netball coach. And she said, we'll welcome you back if you put your court trainers back on again. And I've just been in a cycle of that then. So, yeah, I still keep my foot in the water with a bit of football punditry for the BBC with Wales men's and women's national teams as well. And I've always said I'd never go back. I'd never say never to going back, sorry. But at the minute, obviously, your contracts just roll one into the other. You're in a netball cycle. I've thoroughly enjoyed the Commonwealth Games that we just had. I'm a proud captain of our national squad with Susie Drain as co-captain as well. So we're really looking forward to hopefully getting a Wales squad at the World Cup next year. We've got the qualifiers in October. And then that tournament in Cape Town next year will light up the world. I think African netball is just on the rise. So that is my focus for this year.
There's a lot of attention, isn't there, on female sport with the Commonwealth Games and the Euros. It's a massive opportunity, isn't it, for us not only to grow our sport, but the profile of women's sport, isn't it, this year?
Yeah, absolutely. And after one of the games over in Birmingham, somebody asked me, are you worried as a netballer about the rise of football? And I just said, absolutely not. I think just anything that gets girls and women into any sort of physical activity is amazing. I think I've never found myself cheering for an England side before, but that Euro final was a spectacle and just a game-changing moment in female sport. I think the attendances, the quality, and the broadcasting of it as well, and the genuine interest from everybody across the country and across Europe was brilliant, and something I think netball can strive to go towards. We saw the Aussie Diamonds retain their title this year in the Commonwealth Games, and netball down under is absolutely massive. So there's absolutely no reason why we don't have that same potential here.
So yes, you'll be leaving Celtic Dragons, a club that you've got lots of history with and that you've had many special memories with. What's your emotions of leaving the club, and any special message for the club and the fans?
Yeah, a bit nostalgic, to be honest. I grew up supporting the club to start with as a teenage fan. So it is a dream come true, really, to have played for them. I think 6 years, without a break in between, for a bit of football, a bit of Seven Stars as well. But fortunate enough to captain the club as well for a couple of seasons. And it really is a club close to my heart. The fan base is so supportive. Playing at Sport Wales is honestly still my absolute favourite place to play. There's some much swankier and much fancier venues across the UK, but the atmosphere there, the closeness of the crowd and the connection we have to netball fans in Wales is second to none. I really, really miss that. I'll miss them. But it's just an opportunity now at where I am in my career, an opportunity I couldn't turn down to play under Liana Leota as a coach, and also to play alongside the squad that she's assembling at a really, really ambitious club that are striving towards that Super League title is something I couldn't turn down. Hopefully I learn an awful lot and I can take that back to a Wales netball environment as well. But just to the fans, it's probably a see you later, not a goodbye for good. Just thank you so much, and please keep going up to Cardiff, because they're a fantastic team and a brilliant franchise, and the Green Army will always have a special place in my heart for sure.